Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Arden Studios and welcome back to another YouTube video. And guys, today we're going to be playing Roblox Beesmas Simulator once again. So guys, today's episode is actually not going to be Beesmas themed as much. Right now we're just waiting on the update, and I did miss out on making a video about the test realm reopening, but that's completely fine guys. Today we are going to be making a little guide video in which I'm going to be telling you guys, in my opinion, the #1 best tips and tricks for each stage of Beesmas Simulator. So as you guys progress through the game, everything is going to change a lot, okay guys? You can't just keep playing the game the same way the entire time because mechanics get more and more complicated. And so, today I'm going to be explaining to you guys what I think is the best thing to do for each stage in the game so that you progress, because I definitely know you can kind of hit what I like to call like a bee swarm plateau, where you're just stuck and don't know what to do next, and this can honestly get people out of the game because it just gets too grindy. Alright guys, so stage 1, you are a brand new bee swarm simulator player, okay? I'm talking you're the guy that just spawned into the lobby and you have no items on you whatsoever. So I'm not gonna lie to you, this is obviously gonna be the easiest and fastest stage to progress in the game, but 100% what I would do if I was replaying the game and at stage 1 is immediately get through your quests, okay? Quests are gonna be the #1 thing carrying you in the early game, okay? Especially the mama bear quests for leveling up your bees. The black bear quests are a great way to get good bees, but beyond that too, if I was playing the game right off the bat, I would immediately start using every single code in the game in order to get a ton of tickets, and then honestly start getting golden eggs. I mean, seriously, with a golden egg you could literally get like a mythic. Alright guys, now next up, what I'm going to be calling stage 2 of the game is going to be once you have like got into the 10B zone now and you're actually able to start getting these advanced items from the shop. And the biggest tip I'd have to give at this stage in the game is going to be find a ton of royal jellies and start getting your hive to like all epics, or like even like hopefully a few legendaries. Back when I was playing the game, to be honest, when it first came out, legendaries were much harder to come by, but I feel like they're a lot easier to get now. So I would definitely focus though, for sure, just keep getting your backpack and wand upgrades. It's really no big deal. Now stage 3 is where I think you guys are starting to hit the end of the early game. I call stage 3 basically like when you guys get access to the 25B zone. I think that this is when you're starting to finally hit the end of the early game. Sorry, that's the late game? I meant early game. So at this point in the game, right, now you're starting to get access to these high level items, and they're gonna start requiring materials to craft as well. So I would definitely think that this is the point in the game now where the #1 thing that's going to help you progress is sprouts, and using a ton of sprouts, okay? Become friends with people that have just like a ton of magic beans so that you guys can do sprout parties together. I think sprouts are seriously going to be what carries you at this point in the game, especially in order to craft these items that are going to start requiring like 150 sunflower seeds, 150 pineapples. Those aren't easy to come by. This is when you need to abuse sprouts to get equipment and go around the entire map to get sprouts. Now once you've gotten the porcelain dipper, I would say you've gotten into stage 4 of Beesmas Simulator, which is the beginning of the mid game. Okay guys, so this is the point where you're gonna have your eyes set now on bigger equipment like the cobalt guard, the honeycomb belt, and of course either the honey mask, the fire mask, or the bubble mask. So with the honey mask, fire mask, and bubble mask existing, hive colors actually start to be a little bit relevant. Now, to be honest, I would not really full send a hive color, but if you're trying to make the most honey at this point in the game, I would go ahead and say get the honey mask. If you already got the fire mask or the bubble mask, don't have any regrets about it, obviously, because those are actually going to be super useful once you choose a hive color later for their abilities. But to be honest, at this point in the game, quests are still incredibly important, and having the honey mask is honestly like essential, just in my opinion, because it's giving you that wide-ranged hive that allows you to get like all 3 types of pollen. If you choose bubble or fire, that becomes a little bit harder. So I would definitely say, biggest tip, keep your hive well-rounded, but also second of all, start looking at getting gifted bees. This can mean feeding your bees the right treats, this can mean getting star treats, stuff like that, okay guys? At this point in the game, I would also start having your eyes, you should have gotten maybe the vicious bee by now, right? And definitely complete the mother bear quest line. Obviously you probably won't be able to get black bear's mythic egg at this point, but hey, that's going to be everything for stage 4. Now, stage 5 of the game, to me, is going to be getting into the 35B zone. So, honestly, the transition between stage 4 and stage 5 is one of the harder ones. I actually think one of the best ways to get from stage 4 to stage 5, I mean, this is how I did it, was Beesmas. Because Beesmas gives you so much honey, getting those hive slots and items that you want just becomes that much easier. So, definitely, like, using quests to your advantage. But once you've got into stage 5 of the game, this is when you can start doing Spirit Bear quests. This is honestly when Beesmas Simulator begins to get much more challenging. Alright, so number one thing you guys should be doing is focusing on the Spirit Bear quest lines, getting Black Bear's Mythic Egg, and now at this point, even potentially looking at getting Mythic Bees, okay? So basically, this is going to be the stage in the game where, if you guys didn't already know, by the way, there's also, like, you know, the star jelly that's, like, hiding behind the petal shop and stuff. Please, you know, get all of this stuff, guys, because you're really going to want to abuse it, okay? And this is going to be the stage in the game where I would focus on getting gifted bees, alright? My biggest tip, start getting those gifted, unique gifted bees for your hive, and start just ever so slightly going towards a hive color. I've always been the biggest fan of red, but, you know, if you guys want to be blue or white, you know, whatever hive color you want, to be honest. Again, Beesmas is super useful for getting bees like gifted bees, and this is also really when you're going to be looking at getting things like, not the Supreme Star Amulet right away, but definitely somewhat working towards that. Next up on the list, though, is going to be the next stage, stage 6, which to me is basically the 40B stage, okay? So at this point in the game, I think Beeswarm players hit the biggest plateau. Mainly because throughout the 35 to 40B range, you're already trying to get these humongous items like the, oh, well, I guess I can't show you because I gotta kill my crab. Be right back. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I literally just died to coconut crabs, so, yeah, but basically the point I was trying to make, right, is that this is when you have to start getting things like the coconut canister, the petal belt, which are really long items. That's going to take tons of grinding. This is probably one of the slowest parts of the game, in my opinion. I mean, once you get the coconut canister and the petal belt, things become easier, but it just slows down. So, to be honest, this is where I quit Beeswarm for quite a long time because it was just too much to grind. And I didn't really think I could figure out until I realized this trick, okay guys? It's not a big trick, everyone mostly knows this, but hey. You absolutely need to get a hive color, guys. I cannot stress how important it is to choose a hive color at this point in the game, okay? Now, getting mythic bees is obviously not going to be a walk in the park, but this is when you should start getting billions and billions of honey, and you're going to have to start going for royal jelly rolls. It's really the only way. You need to get a hive color, guys. I used to be a blue hive. That was just because I happened to get a lot of tadpole bees from all of my mythic eggs. And let me tell you, when I got the diamond mask, it was a game changer. Once you get the mask for your hive color, it is just going to make the game so much easier, guys. It's seriously so important. So, here's what I would do. Choose a hive color. You're going to have to start dropping some of those gifted bees that you've been like attached to since you first got them. And you're going to have to start focusing on, hey, I really just want bees to get blue and red. Now, why do you need to focus on a hive color? Well, if you guys don't already know, a hive color alone can like 5x, 10x your pollen amount, right? Because now all of your stats are focused on one color. The reason we don't recommend going for a hive color until this stage in the game is because you have to complete a ton of quests. And by the way, now I'm getting more into like 45B areas. Like the 45B area, but basically you have to do a ton of quests that require you to get pollen from all types of field. That's why people don't recommend you go for a hive color early. But now, definitely please go for a hive color. It's going to be essential because you need to get those 5x, 10x multipliers. I mean, right now if I'm in like a blue field, I make like 500k a second, and if I'm in Pepper Patch, I make like 5 to 10 million honey a second. That's literally just going to be the difference, guys. And then it's a compounding effect. As you get more honey, you can get more mythics, which just gets you more honey. And this is seriously what I was just missing out on when I first started playing. This is really how I got stuck. You can now start making hundreds of billions of honey if you please just choose a hive color and do a ton of boosts. And with that being said, guys, there is still the 50B stage, but to be honest, I'm not actually that good at Beeswarm Simulator, so I can't give you guys too many tips about the 50B stage, so I'm gonna have to call it a day here. But I'm sure at the 50B stage, it's a lot of boosting, maximizing of your hive, and getting a lot of mythics. So, with that being said, guys, just a quick little guide while we wait on Beesmas. Hope you guys enjoyed and this video helped some of you out. I do definitely am sorry that my early stage tips weren't as crucial, but I think that's because back when I played early game Bee Swarm, you know, I got 25 bees before like they even had the leveling system in the game, so you know, I don't really know how it works now, but hey, with that being said, guys, have an amazing day. I'll see you all later. Peace.